welcome to another episode of the Enthusiast Experiment Pencil Edition. Let's get into it. Whoop. All right. There it is. Came into focus pretty good. Derwent graphic out of England and HB. So I'm not exactly sure where I saw this. It was some social somewhere. I think YouTube. A gentleman had mentioned that this is one of his favorite pencils overall, so I had to get one. I was able to track it down, I think at like a Michael's or something, but I only got one, so I don't have the packaging. So let's get into it, huh? Boom! And I had actually never even heard of Derwent until I saw that person's video, and I apologize. I wish I remember the name because I really like giving people credit and I could point you in that direction. But I have no idea. That was many moons ago, and I think it was a late night binge watching session. But let's jump into this, shall we? So this is the Derwent graphic pencil in HB. You can immediately tell this is much lighter than some of the other guys I've been reviewing lately. Again, this is a hard pencil to find some information on, at least being here in the US, and even checking their site and stuff, not much popped up. But it is HB, and again, I'm assuming that it's graphite. That's why that question mark is there, as I think all pencils made ever have graphite. So, but I don't put anything down unless it's confirmed. So question mark. Wood, question mark. Body, rounded hex, black matte with white lettering and orange accent. That's your orange accent there. And you can see it's a matte black. You can almost see the grains of the wood there. Pretty thin paint, and then your white lettering. Nice and crisp, actually. Did pretty good with that on this pencil. Give you a closer look at that. You can see that wood grain in there again. And then the orange and the end cap are shiny. You can see there. All right. No ferrule, no eraser, but they did end cap, which is nice. As I was mentioning in a previous video, I really like it when it matches the body. The price is $4.49 for one pencil. Wow, is it worth it? Originates from England, and the erase test, same thing. Graphite this way, that way, hard line, erase the right. We do not have an eraser on this, so we used our old friend, the Boxy. Ta-da! And you could see, didn't do terrible, but we've had some pencils that are much darker that have erased about the same, if not better. So interesting. I feel like, European and German HBs are a little bit harder. So maybe that harder lead gets into the paper fibers a little bit more. On the contrary, the Smudge Test, Write It and Smudge, did all right. You can see not really much smudge there. Even on camera, nothing's really showing up. And shading, on the lighter side, this did pretty well. It doesn't get too dark, but for an HB, not bad. We've been spoiled by some of the other HBs that are, I think, probably darker technically than an HB, where this is maybe a little bit more in line with what you should expect from an HB. So not too bad. Some of the pros, point retention. This thing held a point like nobody's business. Did a pretty good job. Smudge test, again, almost aced that. I would say, if not aced it, pretty dang close. Decent tonal range, again, not too shabby, especially on the lighter side. And again, although lighter than some HBs, I think that's just because we're spoiled by some of the other ones we reviewed recently. And I like the feeling of the matte finish. They did a pretty good job with that, picking that as the body color. Some of the cons, the biggest glaring one is that price of $4.50 a pencil. That's pretty insane, in my opinion, for this. The availability, a little bit hard here, at least, to find, and maybe not in America, but in the Bay Area. I had to hunt for it a little bit. I'm sure I could find it online relatively easy, but, whatever. And another con is the thin paint on the body, so especially for a pencil this expensive, being able to see, you can clearly see as I rotate the pencil, look at that. It's almost like just black wood. When you have a lot of the Palominos that we looked at, even the cheaper versions of Palomino, when the paint is so well done on something that's a fraction of the price, because even their cheaper pencils way outclass this as far as the paint goes. But, personal preferences. And it may be on a little bit of a lighter side for some. For me, again, it's just kind of knowing what you're getting with the pencil, which is what these videos are about. So not a problem, as long as I know that when I pick this up, it'll be a little bit of a lighter line. But some of the trade-offs is I don't have to worry about smudging. It erases well, and it'll also hold a point for quite a while. So that's really good if I want to do some heavy writing. So let's scoot this out of the way. We'll get our huge notebook here. And write it down. and right away, which I guess isn't fair because it's next to a 2B, but right away you could see how much lighter that is. And even then, some of these number 2s up here, I mean, it's getting washed out by the light. Let me see if I can move that a little bit. But yeah, let you pause if you need to. Set that back down. But not a terrible pencil. I don't think I would pay that price for it. So for me, I would spend my money elsewhere. But it's always fun checking out something new. And, well, if I can get it to chill, there we go. And I appreciate you swinging by. I would really appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe so we can grow this channel together. And I look forward to seeing all of you soon. Thanks.